Ciao comrade, welcome, pleasure. Today we are looking at the brand new Vita releases, but right before that I want to talk about the new 3DS update for Universal Updater. This is like an app store, play store for all the homebrew 3DS stuff, and now it received a big update. Search menu has been greatly improved, there were new sorting methods added by popularity, etc. The method is now saved and is gonna be used next time when you use Universal Updater. SSS validity is now checked, that means make sure to set time correctly, otherwise it will not work. Bunch of translations have been added. There is now a dark theme, smooth scrolling, redesigned release notes, sleep mode has been fixed and now it is only blocked when something is actually being downloaded. There were a lot more changes, improvement and bug fixes. You can see all of them on the official GitHub release page. This is surely a huge update. My Universal Updater was set to auto update, but it somehow didn't update, so I did it manually with the QR code, and that method was successful. So go and update it, do whatever it takes, but make sure it's up to date, because it's really worth it. Okay, now let's move into the Vita territory. First big new release is a port of NBA Jam by Alien Code. Thanks for this. NBA Jam was released a while back for older consoles, but this is a revival from 2010, released for PS3, Wii and Xbox 360. Yeah, another homebrew PS3 port. If you've ever played old NBA Jam, this is pretty much the same thing, but with additional features and better graphics. I've turned on the big heads so you can properly see how realistic they are. I'm a big fan of basketball and this is everything but a real basketball. It is over-the-top arcade-style madness. The Vita port runs okay, as you can see on the gameplay footage, it's perfectly playable. You can shove, you can spin and you can dunk, all at pretty good frame rates. The only issue being that the loading times from the main menu to the match are a bit longer, up to 1 minute. Unfortunately, nothing can be done about it, that's the limitation of Vita hardware. I think this is acceptable compromise as long as the gameplay works okay, and it does. Multiplayer doesn't work at the minute, but the developer is planning to look at it again in the future. I wish her good luck. There are multiple languages to choose from in the options, and as you play along and progress in the campaign, you're gonna unlock additional challenges. If you want to install it, your Vita needs to be hacked, and you need to get the game files and follow official GitHub release page with instructions. Link is down below. If you are facing any issues, there is always our Discord. There was also a $100 bounty for this port, and it was already awarded to the developer as a 4th ever bounty in the new system. Congratulations! Enjoy your prize. Second new release is Tojua Night, Dracula's Revenge by Rockrovers. This is a 2D side-scrolling action platformer heavily inspired by the Castlevania. You can jump, you got a whip, and you can also throw axes. When I first launched it, the frame rate was actually pretty bad. Just then I've noticed that I should lower the graphics quality setting to the one in the options tab to improve it. I did change it and suddenly it was playable. You can go even lower to graphic preset 0. I haven't tried that option, I think to play that this one is sufficient. So make sure to also change it before you're gonna play it to have a good time. The gameplay feels very familiar, maybe even too familiar. I've played it for like 10 minutes and it was okay. Just the transition from one section to the other took a while. I think those are also the checkpoints. If you wanna try it out, you need to get the game files and patch them. Detailed instructions are again on the official GitHub release page. Link is down below. Now we have a sponsored part and we are taking a look at this Ugreen 8-port desktop fast charger. These are the main specifications and you can charge with it all your devices, laptops, tablets, phones, cameras, drones, earbuds, everything. It provides up to 200 watts fast charging. It supports a wide variety of fast charging protocols. It uses some special technology and there are 8 ports altogether. Inside the box we have the device itself, then there is a stand for vertical orientation. Then there is 2 meters cable and some paperwork. So there are 6 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. From the rear side you connect it to the cable and to the mains. Here we can see total output power 200 watts and all the other closest specifications of the other ports. We can also nicely see it displayed in the manual if you charge in single device, 2 devices, 3 devices, 4 devices or 5 devices and so on. These C1, C2, C3 are the fastest ones. Those are these ones up to 100 watt. 4, 5 are up to 30 watts. And 6, A1, A2 up to 15 watts. That's the last 3. I think I prefer the horizontal orientation. There are also rubber feet from the bottom for better grip. And if I would want to use it in vertical orientation, there is the stand. Right now I'm using something like this. So this would be a nice alternative to it. We can plug in this power bank and we can also nicely see the outputs, inputs. Right now it's charging at 40 watts, but it was faster. It's still going down because it's almost full. I can plug in my laptop to see if it's charging. Yes, it is charging. Right now you can buy this item for 52 British pounds from Amazon. Feel free to check it out. Link is of course down below. And now let's get back to some Vita stuff. Next we have an update for the port of Postal and it added cheat codes. Oh yeah. You just tap the screen, type in the cheat code, press enter, you're gonna hear "Shishi," and that means the cheat code was enabled. I always just typed in stuff, all capital letters, and it gave me all weapons and full ammo. That's plenty for me. I've talked about this game in my previous video about my most played Vita games, cause it's one of them. And now it's even better. It was a collaboration with a fellow frame rater. Next we are talking about the brand new port of Arx Libertatis by King Toro. This is an open source re-implementation of Arx Fatalis, which is a first-person action RPG from 2002, developed for Windows and Xbox by Arkane Studios. I've never heard about this game, this was my very first time playing it, and I have to tell you, it's very similar to something like Elder Scrolls Morrowind. It's not exactly open world like that one, but the mechanics and feel are very similar. So if you are into Morrowind, might be worth checking out this one too. The controls are okay, but it takes some time to get used to them properly. Joysticks are for walking and looking around. D-pad up is for combat mode. At the beginning of the game, it's gonna teach you everything. There is even some touch involved. You don't need to use it, you can use joystick instead, but I found it easier just to touch it. Like when I was dragging the items from the inventory, I felt it was easier with the touch. There is also a dedicated Vita settings page available in the options in the main menu, where you can toggle a bunch of things, like enable, disable rear touchpad, or set frame cap or fog distance. Talking about frame rate, it's about okay, it fluctuates, it's not stable, but it can be capped to 30 or 60. I've capped it to 30 and it was playable with some stutters here and there, but not to the point it would piss me off. This is a decent game and a decent port. Many people still believe Morrowind can be ported to the Vita. I'm not telling you it's not possible because I'm a bearer of good news, and those are: you can play Arx Fatalis instead, bro. As per usual, your Vita needs to be modded and you need to provide additional game files. Everything is explained in close detail on the GitHub release page, link is down below. PS Vita Bounties are pretty much in the same state as before with few small changes. Feel free to check them all on my website, it's all up to date as of shooting of this video. Okay, that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, join if you wanna support this channel even further. Huge thanks to all people that already joined or are Patreons, your support is greatly appreciated. So, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.